Hey guys, just got an update video here for you. So it was quite a while ago. I made the video showing off the base over on the far side over there. And when we left off, we had made the 1600 modular frames and we were out of resources. And that was when I started this project of getting the remainder of the map's resources. So that way we would know how many we had to work with. So now I've gotten that completed, so I was able to finally finish this stage of the project, and that was getting the heavy modular frames completed. So all of the coal on the map, this is the remainder of it. The only thing that remains is there is one single belt of coal left. Out of all the resources on the whole map, we have one belt of coal remaining. So we're using all of the coal and 16 belts of our iron. So we're using 1600 belts of coal and 16 belts of iron to just full convert to steel. That gives us the 24 belts of steel. I am not utilizing all of it. We have majority of it going towards making molded steel pipes. Now, of the concrete that we have left on the entire map, we only have 8 belts of concrete left. I wanted to save 4 belts of it for singularity cells, and then I wasn't really sure. I didn't know I want to completely run myself out, so I saved a little bit extra, but I could potentially probably use another 4 belts to make more steel pipes, or if I want to make a little bit of steel beams with it or something, I can do that. But for the time being, it looks like I'm probably just going to need to do the regular steel pipe recipe, which is what I have had to do a little bit here. So we're making 10 belts of steel pipes here. Of these steel pipes, majority of them go towards the encased beams. So we have 7 belts going towards the encased beams, and that is for the heavy modular frames. So these assemblers that you see here are producing 1400 encased beams per minute. So we have 1400 encased beams per minute, and at the other base location we had 600 encased beams per minute that were being made. So that is the total that we need for the 600 heavy modular frames per minute. And then these resources are just coming in from the other location as well. So we have 2 belts of concrete that were left over, 2 belts of steel pipes, and then these are the 1600 modular frames just split over onto 2 belts. So those are each moving at 800 per minute. So everything comes up here. Now again, right there, these are just some constructors that I have making steel pipes with the regular just steel pipe recipe from steel ingots. And that was because, like I said, we were running low on concrete, and so I opted to do that. So one of the steel pipes is being supplemented with that. So all these resources go up top. Again, we have the 1800 modular frames, 2000 encased beams. How much concrete do we have? I just split and wrote and noted here what I need, and this is just for each side. So it's just 2x whatever this number value is. So we have 2200 concrete on this side, 800 modular frames, 1000 encased beams, and 3600 pipes. And these are just, I guess it's 6 identical setups. Now I opted to underclock these, and it was just because at the time I was thinking I was going to potentially run into maybe power issues, and 240 assemblers didn't seem like or manufacturers didn't seem like that much space. I had a lot of room, so it didn't seem too bad to do this many of them. So the total numbers here for the 600 heavy modular frames are the 4400 concrete, 2000 encased beams, 1600 modular frames, and 7200 steel pipes, and that gives us our 600 heavy modular frames per minute that we're getting out here. Definitely don't need this many. Even with the nitrogen that we have left over, I think we're going to be bottlenecked by aluminum. If we go to convert these to the fused frames, I think if I full converted with all of my aluminum casings, granted, I think this recipe is maybe better aluminum wise, but it would be slightly, but not very much. And I don't really feel like this recipe seems significantly more annoying than just a regular one. So I'm probably gonna just do the regular one. We'd be able to make, I think we'd only be able to make 108 fused modular frames a minute. So we have definitely a surplus of heavy modular frames, but the 600 was just kind of like a number that worked out. So that was the number I was shooting for. Now over here, the crystal that we were bringing in, they were all really weird numbers on the belts, but it actually worked out pretty good. We had like 3 belts that were 1160, and then 4 belts that were like 975, but they all added up to just over 6 belts. So I was able to just do some belt compacting with some merge overflows, or some smart splitter overflows with mergers to get the full 6 condensed belts out. I didn't see the use for crystals for anything other than crystal oscillators, so I just opted to just use all of the crystal to make crystal oscillators. So full converting everything, I was able to make 720 crystal oscillators a minute. It did use a lot of my rubber, but my power plant was originally making a 1700 polymer, and I just had it split up, making half plastic, half rubber. I've since now converted it to just all producing rubber, so that is producing 850 rubber that I'm able to bring here. So of our 5 from our rubber plant that we had, we only needed to use 3.5 plus the 850. So we do still have 1.5 belts of rubber to use, and then the 5 belts of plastic. So those all go towards the crystal oscillators. We did need to make 720 AI limiters per minute. So I just opted to make 1200. It seemed like it would just be easier, and I was probably going to need AI limiters for something else anyways, so it didn't seem like there was much point to make just a 720, and then I was going to have to make some more later anyways. So I set up this setup here. This just makes 1200 AI limiters per minute, and the setup actually works out pretty good, because the ratios all work out the same. So each assembler makes 200 quick wire, so I have 600 of them, or 6 of them, to make the 1200 per minute, and then it just goes up and feeds these assemblers, making the AI limiters, which need 200 per. So like I said, the ratios worked out pretty good. So I have just 20 modules here, doing the 20 belts of quick wire into the AI limiters. We already had the copper sheets made from the other refining spot over there, so I was just able to poach from those lines, and it worked out really good with the copper as well, because we had I can't remember the exact numbers. I think we had 8.5 belts of copper or something like that, which was what we needed for this. So we were able to fully utilize all of the copper from this end, and we have 800 left. And then the Caterium, again, it actually worked out really good. We had I had 1.5 belts of Caterium here, and then the leftover from the other side, I was able to combine my 2 weak lines and take 1 full belt on top of that weak line, and so it was 2000 total, and we ended up with having, what do we have here, 140 left over. So I have 4 full belts of Caterium plus this 140 extra, so the numbers just kind of worked out really good in our favor that way. So I have the 1200 AI limiters down here, and we're only using 720 for the crystal oscillators. So like I said, I still have 480 of them to use for something else. Kind of the next thing I was planning on doing was doing nuclear. So that was the reason why I wanted to get the crystal oscillators out of the way, just because I knew that we were going to be needing some for that. Did the numbers, we only end up needing 50 crystal oscillators a minute, but whatever, we have a lot more than that. So I need to make the electromagnetic control rods and the rotors, and then I need to just send the silica. I have to make some more quick wire. The numbers for the nitrogen actually worked out so good, I can't even really believe it, to be honest. But we had a full pipe of nitrogen from the power plant that was extra, and I was originally piping all this nitrogen down to here. Well, come to find out, the 1 belt of nitrogen we had here, plus this nitrogen node here, and then plus this nitrogen node here, equals 400 or 4050 nitrogen, and we need 4032 nitrogen for the nuclear. So I've since now piped, just back piped everything along the same conveyor belt line, and I also back piped the sulfur. So we have these sulfur nodes enough that we can get our how much was it? I think it was just under 3,000 or something sulfur that we needed. 2,100. So we need 31,000 or 3,100 sulfur. So I have all these sulfur and the nitrogen already at the nuclear place that we're going to be doing the nuclear. So I will just need to send over the electromagnetic control rods, crystal oscillators, rotors, quick wire, and silica, and then some iron plates. And then once all that is over there, honestly, I think getting the nuclear setup is going to be pretty quick. I plan to just do full conversion with the uranium into uranium fuel rods. I will burn all the uranium fuel rods, and then I will just full convert all of the waste from that into plutonium fuel rods, and then I'm just going to sink the plutonium fuel rods and then use the plutonium fuel rods for fuel for my drones. I think going further than plutonium into the fixium fuel rods and stuff like that, it almost seems a lot like ionized fuel to me. It seems not really realistic when you're doing full conversion in large quantities. It's not really realistic to make all of those. Like, if I were to burn all of the uranium into and then make the waste, and then burn all of the plutonium and make the plutonium waste, and then take all of that waste into, I don't even think it's possible with the amount of resources on the map. So it seems like something, if you were wanting to do that as like an end game goal, you would literally have to put all of the resources from the entire map into that. And I'm kind of trying to have a more kind of well-rounded factory, making lots of things, but lots of different things. So I don't really have the resources to kind of go into that. So that's why I'm opting to just do the uranium fuel rods and then sinking the plutonium, and then I just get the offshoot of all my drones being powered by the plutonium fuel rods. So yeah, just a little update. We still have tons of resources, haven't tapped into any of this copper at all yet. So we have still have 60 belts of copper. We have 4 belts of deuterium. All of our quartz crystal is gone. Silica, I think we have around 13,000 silica, but I believe around 4,000 of that is going to go towards nuclear. So we'll have like just under 10,000 silica. We still have a lot of iron. I'm not sure the exact number. Let's see here. We have like 60, probably like 60 belts of copper or of iron still. We have no coal. We have 8 belts of concrete left. These are not full belts. I think we have 2 and we have almost 3 belts of sulfur. Not really sure what to use the sulfur for, to be honest. But we're slowly but surely getting through all the resources. But yeah, so just a quick little update. Progress has been a little bit slower just because I did get sick, and so I haven't been playing as much as I was last week and stuff like that, taking a couple days off here and there. But just wanted to give a quick update with the heavy modular frames. So we're making the 600 heavy modular frames per minute. Finally got that done. And then also 720 crystal oscillators per minute. Next update will probably be when the nuclear is done. I can show that. It'll be it'll probably double our power. So we'll be able to be over a terawatt of power without any power augmenters. So that'll be nice. So thanks for checking out the video. Again, always love hanging out with you guys in the live stream. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. I'll probably answer them there. But if you want to come hang out in the live stream or ask me some questions there over on Twitch, definitely get to come out and hang out over there. So take it easy, guys, and see you next time.